We would like to talk about finding the inner voice. We feel this is an important task for humanity to master or attempting to master, even if mastering doesn't mean to be perfect at it. The distinction between the inner voice that is guiding you always and the outer voice which is navigating through the 3D world. That is a conditioned voice, that is an addicted voice to 3D circumstances, which sometimes might lead you into directions or circumstances that are not for the highest good of you or people around you, or situations that would be most beneficial for you. So the first attempt to finding, honoring, and moving fully into the presence of your inner voice is to know and be aware of that there are two, at least. The outer voice can be sometimes divided into the voices of your parents, of people who you personally attach importance of what they might think or what they might judge about what you do, or think, or have, look like, be, you name it. So the 3D voices can be many, the inner voice is only one. So how do you recognize the inner voice? It is a very ancient voice. You will probably perceive it as your most inner voice that is living in the core of you since you were little, very little. That is the loving and guiding voice that will only let you do what is for your highest good. And that doesn't mean sometimes that it is the most comfortable voice, because it will guide you to what is to your highest good, not what is to your immediate good or comfort or advantage. It will see the bigger picture. It will know what consequences your actions have. And it will lead you with integrity, love, kindness, respect for others, equality, empowerment, but most of all, humility, humbleness. Hard work sometimes, but when you work hard, and your hardship, the result will taste so much sweeter. The easy way out that the other voice might tell you to do, to find, to lead, to go. The easy way. Oh yes, I could tell the truth, but it is so uncomfortable, might just do with a little lie. Or I could do that, but it is so much work, I might just take a shortcut. I would love to tell my boss this work was my own, but actually my assistant did it, but he doesn't have to know. It will result for me in more pay, more high esteem. So why not do it? Your outer voice is speaking. The inner voice will tell you, I did it not. Hard work was not mine. Somebody else needs to be esteemed. Somebody else needs to be honored. Accomplished work, right? They did all the hard work. So please decide for yourself, which voice is it that is for the highest good of you and the rest of you. The voices that speak inside your head. that might bring you down. It's never your inner voice. It's never coming from the source of all good. It's speaking in many tongues, doesn't it? It's speaking very loud and vulgar sometimes about yourself, your actions, your doings, your abilities, your worth, others. It is an incredibly opinionated voice. And you need to decide, is it kind and soft and gentle and humble and forceful, but at the same time very well balanced? Do you recognize this tone? So even if you're not religious, you could ask yourself, would God say that I'm unworthy and filthy and not doing any good? No, of course not. That is a 3D voice. Would God tell me to tell the truth and do the hard work myself and get then the high self-esteem that is attached to that? Yeah, he or she would. Why not? What does it feel like to be always humble, do the right thing, be kind, be gentle? It leaves you with a feeling of satisfaction. You will sleep at night like a baby. The 3D voices will not let you sleep at night. They keep you awake at night. They are sneaky. They whisper through the night in your ear. They will make you go crazy at times. You will be able to recognize them. And what do you do then? When you're able to recognize them, what can you do to them? You can just say no to them. You're not the voice I'm listening to anymore. I decide not to listen to you anymore. You only make me feel bad about myself. You only make me feel that I am not good enough. So please don't bother me anymore. You're not my master. I'm not your slave. I do not answer to you. I will only answer to the inner voice that is not coming from 3D world, that is not attached to society, to the construction of societal rules, conditioning of a world that is just one world. Yes, there are many. A voice that is ultimately run by a hardened heart. A hardened heart, if you think about it, what is that word really? A hardened heart cannot beat. A hardened heart cannot feel. So the emotional component of a hardened heart is not really there, because the heart is something that is always attached to feeling emotions, to love, to kindness. A hardened heart is a dead heart. So any voice coming from such a place will only lead you to destruction. The good thing is also that the inner voice that is always there will always lead you to a better and lighter place where you can rest, compose yourself, and rekindle the fire that is living inside of you. It can be gentle, yes, sometimes it can be quite demanding and hard, but it comes from a loving place, and once you can recognize this voice, you can absolutely trust it. This advice comes from angelic consciousness.